Alright, hey, how's everybody doing out there? I'm a novice at this, but I'm going to show everybody how to fillet a trout and some mangrove snapper. You got to make sure you got the proper tools, a fillet knife, cutting board, and paper towels. You'll see why you need the paper towels later on. The only reason I'm wearing gloves is to get the fish sting off my hands. So we're going to start right now with a 15-inch trout. Caught out of the Sarasota Bay under the Ringling Bridge. Okay, the fish was frozen. The best thing to do is to fillet it when it's fresh, but we put it directly on ice, then brought it home and put it in the freezer, so it is still a full fish. So what you're going to do when you start the fillet is you're going to cut underneath the fin right here, and you're going to cut down to the backbone. Okay? You're going to do this, and you're going to see that you're not going to get all the guts and blood that you normally would. So then you're going to take your fillet knife, and it needs to be sharp, extremely sharp, and you're going to cut down the backbone all the way down the back of the fish. Like I said, your knife needs to be sharp or you're going to have a tough time. And the trout is actually much simpler than the mangrove trout will be. So once you get it, like I said, this fish is still partly frozen. Okay? So then what I'm going to do is with my left thumb on my left hand, I'm going to peel the meat back, and with my right hand I'm cutting with the fillet knife going against the backbone to get as much meat off of this as I can. Okay? As you can see the fillet starting to come out. You see absolutely no blood. You don't see any guts, anything. Okay? And I just bypassed the guts. Okay? So now I'm going to just trim it off. Okay? And the board, well, it's a fish, so everything is kind of slippery. Okay? And once again, I cannot stress the need for a sharp fillet knife, and you'll see in a minute why. Set that piece down. You see I left a little bit of meat here, so I wasn't all the way down on the bone like I should have been. See that little piece of meat right there? That should have all been part of that fillet. Okay? So it's very important that you stay flat and you stay along the backbone. Okay? You're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to go under the fin, cut on an angle down towards the backbone. And a lot of times this is difficult because you have to cut away versus towards yourself, which actually is a safer way. So if you see how I'm going down the spine, staying above the fins, and like I said, I cannot stress the importance of a sharp fillet knife. So I stay above the backbone, pierce the skin, and come up. Then once I get past that point, then I peel back just like I did on the first fillet. Peeling back, staying against the backbone or the ribs, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Mike, if you want to come around to the other side, kind of show them. It's the same thing, just in the reverse. See, I'm staying against the ribs. Sharp knife kind of peels that meat right off the rib cage. Okay? And some people will fillet it. They'll go in here like so and go all the way down the tail, like so. And then you can finish this way. And like I said, I'm a novice at this, and there you got guys out there or gals out there that can really go through this like it's nothing. What I normally do at this point is I take this, and as you can see, barely any guts, barely any blood, all the intestines are intact. You put it in a bag. You can grind it up, use it as fertilizer for your garden, whatever. Okay? So that's that. I'm just going to set it over here in the sink for now. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is where the paper towels come in. Okay, now we're going to actually fillet it. I'm going to rinse my gloves off so I can get a better grip. Okay? Mike, if you want to step back around to the other side. The paper towel is a dry source that's going to help you grip the bottom of the skin when you go to fillet. This is where your knife needs to be sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse the knife real quick. I've already sharpened it, but this is a cheap fillet knife. They sell fillet knives out there that are extremely expensive, stainless steel, hard, much better knives. This is just a low budget $5 fillet knife. So you basically, you get to the point where you're under the skin, okay? You start to slice. You're pressing flat down on the cutting board, so you're as far down as you can go underneath the meat, and you just slice. Okay? You just slice, and like I said, you see what the paper towel is doing? It's gripping the thing because they're very slimy. So it's gripping the skin as I'm pulling with the knife, cutting. And it barely even moves. And there you have a nice fillet of a trout. Okay? Show you how much meat is left. That's the skin. Okay? Then you do the same thing with the other piece. Okay, you start it. Get flat down on the cutting board. Once you get a little bit, you take your paper towel and you hold it. Flat down on the cutting board. All the way through the skin. There's your fillet. And there's your skin. And that's it. So in a little bit, I'll put another video out on how to do a mangrove snapper, which is a little more difficult because they got some pretty tough skin. And I'll talk to you later.